I like once we're in solid October, I'm good. The September.
Gotcha.
Ooh, no.
It's a little all over the place.
I have some good sweaters that I'm excited about, but I don't like that middle season. I like winter. I like summer. I like the seasons to be definite.
Interesting, because Trumane,
Really?
you just came back from New York,
Yeah.
and you're from Brooklyn originally, correct?
Grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay. And I feel like New York in the fall
Gorgeous.
is a dream.
Beautiful.
And New York in the summer is a nightmare.
Absolutely. But summer is for sure for me. I don't mind that it smells like piss and human shit. It's the weather. It's still good for me.
It's home. It's home.
It's my pissy, shitty home.
Well, you know what I hate about New York in the summer is it's so fucking hot and humid, and you're sweating, and you're like in the subways. It's like gross and sick. But no matter what, you'll always see a gorgeous person in a gorgeous hip outfit that looks like they have just been chilling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're like, how the fuck are you getting around town looking like you
stunning.
With not a drop of sweat on you. They must have just like a towel that they just do a quick like dab, and then they look straight up.
I think the discomfort of New York makes people thrive to be better, and fall takes that away. Fall removes the challenge.
It's too much of an equalizer for the sweaty pigs.
Absolutely.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, which is just beneath New York. And if you see anybody out, there's no one. Everybody's sweating, so it's sort of like
well, you get those Kentucky folks too.
Oh yeah. And there's this is a whole tangent, but there's a big rivalry, Ohio, Southern Ohio is basically Kentucky. Maybe you know that from being, from Cleveland, Dan, but we get shit on a lot.
I honestly did not know it's crazy to me actually how little I know about Southwestern Ohio until I didn't know growing up. Like, even also, I talk about this a lot, like being in Chicago, a lot of folks will vacation on Lake Michigan and like up and vacation in Michigan and Northeast Ohio. I was so close and I never went growing up. I have no idea why, but it's very regionalized, and Northeast Ohio is very different than Southwest Ohio for sure.
Everyone from Southwest Ohio drives down to the panhandle of Florida for vacation. So
we used to do that too. We go to Orlando. Yeah.
You go to Florida and then you'd be like, set up your beach chairs next to someone. Where are you guys from? Ohio. It's like,
yeah.
Everyone from Ohio. Yeah.
That and the Carolinas too are big.
Yeah.
And and Michigan lake houses are like Michigan lake towns are so much nicer.
Yeah.
Especially in the fall.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. There's some parts of the Carolinas that are like beautiful though, like Asheville. Asheville, North Carolina is like gorgeous. It's like stunning.
Yeah. It is. They are very pretty places. It's just they're also 3 to 4 times, in Orlando's case, maybe 5 times the drive that Michigan is. So like, especially in the summer, I'm like, why would you waste? Yeah. But there's a lot of New Yorkers in Florida too now, right? That's like a big Florida is like big for New Yorkers. I feel like. Trumane, where'd you go growing up?
Where'd I go? My dad's from North Carolina, so we drove down to North Carolina every summer and had like a huge family reunion there.
Okay. New York's an interesting place to have to vacation from because you're the cultural epicenter of the United States and kind of one of the cultural epicenters of the world.
Yeah.
So I'm always interested, like, where do folks from New York, like you're from Brooklyn, like what did you guys do for vacation?
For vacation, honestly, it was North Carolina every summer, and then every once in a while we would travel. My mom's from Jamaica, so we went back to Jamaica like twice in my childhood. But my dad like always wanted us to drive places, so he was always on the road. We drove all the way down to North Carolina, the 7-hour drive. I think we drove to Ohio to visit some cousins, and I don't remember this. I don't remember. It was like we were on a farm. There was a science center, right? There's the science center. You know what's up?
Yeah, the science center in the farm.
I love the science center.
Yeah, the science center on the farm.
Sounds like you were in 2 different places in Ohio.
Same place for sure.
A lot of rural Ohio towns don't have a science center.
I think there was I might get this wrong. I should probably look it up before I start saying stuff. But I think the Creationist Museum got built in Kentucky pretty near us.
Oh God, it's sad that I think that's true.
I should Google it right now. Let me Kentucky Creationists Museum. There it is, Petersburg, Kentucky.
Hell yeah, that's McConnell country, baby.
I had a question for Trumane in terms of your New York to Chicago. What brought you from New York? I think we've talked about this in person at the IO bar for some reason. But what brought you from New York to Chicago? Because I know you were doing improv in New York.
I was doing a bunch of stuff at UCB.
And then were you just like, I want a different flavor, so you came to Chicago?
Yep, and that's really about it. It was just I wanted to move somewhere.
All right, let's start the show here.
Yeah, I like wanted to live somewhere that wasn't New York, because I grew up in New York, grew up in Brooklyn my whole life, and so many people had come there from other cities, and I had basically, you heard how I talked about Ohio, no experience with like the rest of the country, which is
honestly,
kind of insane.
You honestly summed up Ohio pretty well, Trumane. You are either in a farm or you're in a science center. It's like those are the two sorts of communities that you're either in Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Toledo, Dayton, Akron, or you're in kind of like no man's land for sure.
Well, that's comforting to know. But yeah, I wanted to go to a place that wasn't like, I mean, this sounds rude now, but like Chicago is still a major city, and I keep forgetting that.
Really?
It sounds so rude, but I keep forgetting it, where it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, there's nobody on the street, and it's like the busiest it's been in Chicago, but it's nothing compared to Herald Square on like a Tuesday. Yeah. And people are like, oh, there's too many people out, we're panicked, and it's like that's not the experience that I have ever. There's like an anonymity with being in a huge crowd of people that feels relaxing.
Oh yeah. And what's crazy too is Chicago is the closest thing we have to New York. Like, I mean, LA maybe in terms of like culture and stuff like that, but in terms of like a metropolitan city, like LA is a sprawl. Like Chicago is the closest thing to New York, and it feels 10 times smaller than New York. Yeah.
Well, this is the only fact I know, but Brooklyn, if it were separated from New York City, the 5 boroughs, would be the 3rd largest city in the country.
Oh yeah, I have heard that. That is wild. Yeah, that is wild, man.
Yeah,
that's a great first date fact.
What's
to
the
throw
vibe?
In out of the blue?
Yeah, as she's talking about herself.
Did you know if you separated Brooklyn from the 5 boroughs?
Trumane, how does it feel? How does Chicago feel compared to New York? I feel like I mean, I know you just kind of touched on it a little bit, but like you've been here now a couple years. Like what's keeping you here, and what do you miss?
I think it's way less expensive to live out here than it is to live in New York. There is a sense of like, oh, there's space here. The thing I miss is just like culturally, everything is on top of each other. Everything is on top of itself in New York, right? So like, this is a very specific thing where like my mom is Jamaican, so she makes like Jamaican dishes, and we can get all that stuff at the corner in Brooklyn. Where here it's like, okay, I gotta bike up to Uptown to get like codfish, and then I gotta bike over to the Asian grocery to get there's so much stuff that I cannot get all in the same place because people don't live on top of each other. And
you can go to that one weird aisle in Mariano's where they've got the flags from everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing the different it's like, why is there this? It's just like a one weird aisle where they really sunk a lot of money into like making it pop.
But it's 50% olive oils.
It truly is.
Yeah.
And it's usually always Italian music.
Yes.
But it's like, it's weird. It's New York is also segregated, like Chicago is segregated. Chicago is like wildly segregated, and it's separated though. New York is segregated and densely populated, so everybody's just there. Or it's like, Chinatown and Little Italy are right next to each other, but they are separate things.
Interesting. Yeah, that is definitely the worst part about Chicago. It is, that is definitely like, whenever I try to sell Chicago, I always sell it with what you said. I'm like, it's so much cheaper than New York. If you don't need the 5 best of everything, like the 5 best ice cream places or donut shops or whatever, if you're cool with like the 6 best and paying a third of the rent, Chicago's great. Yeah. But that is something I always have to qualify it with, which is like, the Midwest racism of like the segregated parts of town is like pretty indefensible. Yeah. Like a pretty indefensible part of the town for sure.
I remember the first like week being here, just like, how am I the only black person on a train?
Yeah. But that doesn't feel like, you don't get that in New York, right?
No, not at all. I mean, neighborhoods are changing, but as you're riding along and things like that, it's less obvious.
How about Brooklyn, like since from when you grew up to what it is now?
It is changing a lot. So people are moving back into Brooklyn from like suburbs and just like for jobs since there's so much industry there. So the neighborhood that I grew up in was like, it's Ditmas Park, which is right next to Flatbush, and it's like mostly a West Indian neighborhood. But recently people have been just buying up houses. The property values have shot up. And you just see more white folks moving into that neighborhood. And I think that's been happening since like 2007 with the housing crash.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Where people are like leaving and going to like down south, and but people are getting priced out for sure.
I mean, I don't know how people do it sometimes. I mean, sometimes I look at like the rents of those places and I'm like, man, it's just got such a different, I mean, it is a luxury of Chicago to be able to live somewhat comfortably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But Kyle, you're a big hashtag defend our suburbs guy. So like what?
Jesus Christ.
So you can't see it, but he's got it on his hat.
Kyle's just been sitting here stewing, shaking his head the whole time.
Oh my God.
Now, Kyle, you're from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And how far outside of Cincinnati are you from?
Maybe like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. Depending on traffic.
Yeah.
We're on my parents lived on the loop that always surrounds the city, the interstate loop.
Well, and Cincinnati's always been a little more conservative, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But just in the last couple of years going home to where I'm from, where I grew up, it used to be pretty purple. And now I think it's pretty solidly red.
Yeah. And my parents still have that issue because they're very liberal, but people assume, they'll just be like, can you believe this? And they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because they just get lumped in with, the people they see day to day. But and I didn't even know actually what's weird is like, whatever, it's all about perspective. But like growing up, it's like my parents were liberal, like whatever. My friends, of course, were all in high school or whatever. But I'm in my little bubble. And then I would like, and then you leave and then you come back and you're like, God, there's a lot of hillbillies in this restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Like you just like look out, but now whatever. And this is well-worn territory, but it's like now you can go out and see the MAGA hat or the no mask. And it's like, now visually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like even coming before all that, coming back home. And I would like, didn't find out until years after I left Cincinnati that there was like a east-west side of Cincinnati rivalry.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like people on the one side like think the other people on the other side are trashy, and then the other people think the other people are like snobby, and I'm like, so that's why those people would like egg our buses when we would play a football game. There's like weird divisions. Yeah.
Whoa.
I feel like a lot of small towns or like if a town I'm from Frankfort, Illinois, but then there was like a Frankfurt Square is what they would call it. And like, I feel like there was like a rivalry between like Frankfurt and Frankfurt Square, but we all went to the same school. So it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it was just like where you were in town. Like if you were past this certain part of the street, you were like just from like a different world.
Mm-hmm.
Trumane, is that something, being from New York, I feel like, because Chicago is one of the most liberal places in the country, but it is probably not as liberal as New York. Like, do you even notice it, or is it pretty much just feel the same in terms of like political ideology here?
I'm in a very small like bubble in Chicago for sure, where it's like I moved here and the only people I knew were comedy folks and improvisers, and it kind of stayed that way for the most part. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
I just think of all my friends who moved to Chicago from places like Kyle, or I'm from Ohio, Tim even from the suburbs, and Chicago's way more liberal, but you came from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's like not, But I suppose there are very conservative parts of New York, right?
Yeah, and I think honestly, like I think my parents are slightly conservative people, where it's like they are liberal through and through, but like, I mean, like not liberal, they're like Democrats through and through, where it's like, I don't think they've ever voted for a Republican president or anything like that. But my mom is a registered Republican.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
She's a registered Republican
in Brooklyn. That's
Brooklyn,
crazy.
based off of like ideology from Jamaica. She was like, well, yeah, Republican. I am Republican and has never voted Republican.
Oh, wow. That is fascinating.
Yeah, I say nonsense, but fascinating works too.
Yeah. That's a great little switcheroo. More of us should do that. We should all register as Republican and then vote Democrat. That'll really mess them up.
What do you guys think? This is something I think about a lot. Like, as we get older, and like we're all very, as you're very progressive now, but as you get older, you tend to get more, where do you think the blind spot, if you have one, will be? Or like eventually you're going to be on the wrong side of like an issue, and your like kids or your grandkids will be like, actually, Dad, that's not. Have you guys ever given any thought to that?
I already know Dan's. I think Dan's is TikTok.
No,
and honestly, TikTok, it's not in the it's not in the future. It's right now.
I don't love TikTok, man. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
A big issue, God, and I feel like it's going to be something like technological for me. I think I only get angry at like really, really angry at like technology stuff sometimes. My temper comes out when like I plug something in and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's when I get.
That's a very specific sort of anger.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like there's a saying that's like if it exists, only things invented like when you're a teenager or older are technology, and everything else is just stuff that exists.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard the first time I heard it was at when I was doing a video job, and I was filmed someone was talking about that kind of thing, and they were like, one of the big miscommunications that that colleges will make when they're like when they're trying to make their marketing and like reach the Gen Z or whatever is the current thing they're trying to crack. Either
works.
Is that they'll talk about things like, since obviously the people in the college that are older doing the marketing and strategy will be like, oh, we got to do this, like we're up to date on the latest technologies and like utilizing Instagram and stuff like that. And if you're younger and the stuff, you've always used it, you date yourself by talking to them about it like you are cutting edge for using it. If that
Interesting.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just like,
oh, that's honestly weird tangent. Makes me think of that Doritos commercial.
Which one?
Where Doritos is like, we don't even have to say Doritos. We're never going to say the word. What the fuck Doritos are. You know what they are already in all cool fucking bag. It's a cool bag. It's a cool bag. And we don't have to say Doritos, bitch.
Maybe that's where we're all off already. Maybe this is coming back to Dan's question where like we're making fun of that, but then in the future the 60-second ad will just be someone eating chips on the train, and then everyone young is like, damn, I gotta get some Doritos. Back in my day, they used to show the name of the product.
They used to tell me what I was eating.
Yeah.
Well, there were some videos on that I was getting on my Instagram that was like the first time where I like felt older. I couldn't like when you like watch something and you're like, well, maybe this isn't for me, but I get it. Like I get why it exists, and or like I could see why it's funny, or I could see why it's such and such. I was getting fed these videos, which was like, it were like a guy and a girl, and the girl was being ignored by the guy, and then she went up to walk away, and then like he grabs her arm and it turns into slow motion and he spins her around, and then they're just about to kiss, and then the video ends. I saw maybe about 100 of these videos, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know where it came from. It seems like it's from a movie.
User generated?
It's user generated.
Oh.
So it's just they're like TikTok videos moved to Instagram, and then that's the video. It's guy on his phone ignoring the girl. She's trying to get his attention. She stands up to leave, but then he's like, no, I don't want you to leave, and grabs her and spins her around, and then it's like slow motion. And I was watching these and I was like, why the fuck am I getting these?
Yeah.
It must be because I'm watching them.
Yeah.
So like I spend enough time on them and then they're just like, this is all you want. You just want this
yeah.
slow motion, almost kissing content. And I'm like, maybe I do.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're
I
just
do
an
like
old
this.
pervert.
Yeah, maybe this is old for the old perverts.
Well, hey, I think that's we're at a good time here. We had a nice little chat. You guys want to get in some improv?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. Well, how about Trumane? We talked here for just a little over 20 minutes or so. Can you give us a word to sum up that conversation? Single word.
Evolving.
Evolving. Oh, very good.
evolving.
Love it.
Great word.
Evolving is the word. Hey, Jake, you want to come in? Why don't you come in, have a seat here real quick? I want to talk to you about something.
Well, what's up?
How you doing, champ?
I'm feeling great, feeling good. Yeah, I've been working out, so
Yeah, I could tell.
I can breathe better. That's like one
Yeah.
of the few benefits that I didn't really think about. Like, oh, I'm just breathing better.
Yeah, you've been working out a ton.
Yeah.
And
Swole, as they say.
yeah,
Swole.
I could tell. So listen, as you know, next week we're starting the puberty unit in class, and I thought it would be fun if I take kind of the student who has the most adult-like body, and you can talk to the class about your experience. Because I got to be honest, I'm looking around at these kids, and it's like, they all got these little kid bodies, and I look at you, and you got a full-on adult body. And so I think it would be great if you could go in front of the class and give them your firsthand account of, hey, this is what it's like to feel like, you're in a fully grown adult body. This is what your muscles are going to look like. This is what you can expect. Make it a little bit more interactive than just looking at pictures in a textbook.
Yeah, I like the impulse. I think the impulse is for sure. I vibing with you there.
Yeah.
Explain that again. Really, I just want to make sure.
Well, I just think you're like you just seem to be like the coolest kid in class.
Yeah,
Let's just call a spade a spade. Everyone knows you're the freaking coolest kid in school.
Yeah.
And you got these muscles that I was honestly looking at the textbook yesterday, and I'm looking at the diagrams, and I'm going, well, wait a second, Jake's body's better than all these diagrams. I'm looking at these diagrams, these like cartoons in the bio book, and I'm going, wait a second, my student Jake has a way better body than these things. So why don't I just ask Jake to talk to the class, say, hey, this is what it's like to have a body, like an adult body like this. So I was thinking you could come in and just talk to some of the nerds in class, because Brian Feldstein?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah. He's still got some baby teeth.
Yeah, I mean, he's
and I know he doesn't have any pubic hair.
Hey, I know you're on a name basis.
Why don't you connect with Jake?
But Mr. Heinrich, but
call me Kevin. Please, call me Kevin.
I don't want to in this moment. Just got to be honest.
You call me Kev?
No.
Kevlar?
Mr. Heinrich, I don't know. I'm really getting comfortable in my body now,
You're so comfortable, and it shows the way you walk around the hallways.
You don't get to say it, Mr. Heinrich. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't want to get in front of the class and show everybody my muscles. That's what textbooks are for, right? Or like models or...
I mean, Jake, I can go in front of the class and I can tell them what to expect. But I'm going to feel self-conscious because I'm going to be standing up there as an adult. And the whole time I'm telling these kids about what they can expect, I'm going to be thinking, hey, Jake has a better body than I do.
You got a great body. You got a great
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
I mean, everybody's body is beautiful, You're not as swole as me. You're not as cut as me.
I have a triple knotted belly button.
You still got something going on.
I don't. My body is shit. My body looks like fucking shit. And I have to go in front of all these kids and be like, here's what you can expect. I hope you have a better adult body than I do. Because my adult body looks like, I look like fucking Gumby.
And Gumby was cool. Everyone loved Gumby.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wasn't. All right, class. As we all know, this is the lesson we've all been waiting for. I'm not going to try to be cool or coy with it. This is the puberty lesson. I know there's always a lot of questions around this stuff. So if anyone's got a question, you don't even have to raise your hand. I want this to be open forum. You just say, hey, Kevin, got a question. Here's what I want to know, okay?
When do the pubes come?
Okay. I'm going to read the questions that were submitted. All right, but you know what? We can go.
Sorry.
We put these questions on paper so that you don't feel embarrassed about asking them, but
Well, I'm just asking for everybody. My pubes are. I got a full bush.
Brian, you're sitting in front of the class, a good 6 feet in front of everybody, just hounding questions at me. So we can go ahead and ask. It seems like Brian wants to know. I'm gonna just answer some of the questions.
Not just me. I'm an ambassador for everybody. So my first question.
Well, Brian, you're the only one who. What's that? Sorry, what's that?
I'm saying now that it's being asked, I also would like to know when did the pubes come, because I was too shy to write it down.
I want to know when the pubes come.
Great. You can expect pubes. They arrive at different times for every kid. The general timeline is between the ages of 9 and 13 is when the first pubic hair arises. Now, Jake, when did you get your first pube, buddy?
We're doing this. Guess I was like 12.
12. See? Jake got him at 12, and now he's got him everywhere. I'm finding him in class after he leaves. So it just goes to show it's different for every kid, right? Now, on the other hand, DJ, how many you got?
I don't know.
Don't lie to the class, DJ.
I got a couple.
DJ?
All right, well, I don't have any yet.
And DJ's failed 3 times, so DJ's 15 and doesn't have a single pube. Jake's 12 and has full man hair, so it just goes to show there's no one rule for it.
Mr. Heinrich, can you step into my office, please?
Yeah, call me Kev. Call me Kev.
This is a disciplinary meeting, so I won't be calling you Kev. Okay. So,
how's it going?
Not great, Mr. Heinrich.
It smells like mold in here.
Yeah, it's a problem with the school. It's a problem with the humidity level in the school.
Fucking budgets, man. I mean, this country has some misplaced priorities. I'm with you.
You see it, you hate it. But we
heck of a lesson today in bio, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, we were there. We were auditing the class, and frankly,
I know. I remember because I asked you when you got your pubes.
Right. Frankly, shocked that you would. We had complaints in the past.
You were a late bloomer.
Yeah, I did answer.
Back end of the bell curve. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Rule.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Want to encourage conversations of with students talking about their bodies. Maybe
destigmatize the pubes.
Destigmatize, absolutely. Just want to posit the question: is there a better way? I noticed a lot of the students might have been uncomfortable. I saw you tried to do a ballot system, maybe putting in anonymous questions, and that fell apart
I did a ballot. I did a ballot system too. We had an anonymous question system, then we had a ballot system. I had everyone vote on who had the best body. Jake won in a landslide. No surprise there.
Not surprising at all. But inappropriate.
That kid, holy shit, man!
Swole.
That kid could beat the shit out of any of us.
Truly.
God damn. I was on his Instagram yesterday just scrolling like, holy shit, how do I look like this kid?
Yeah, this is a problem. Just want to...
I know it is a problem. I'm like, how am I supposed to teach it? Jake should be teaching it. This kid looks so goddamn good.
I don't know how to get through to you. Do you see anything wrong with what you've done in class? How you've taught this lesson?
I gotta be honest.
Hey, Mr. Fink. Sorry to interrupt the meeting. Mr. Fink, the sheriff is here with the drug canines, and they're going wild around. They're going wild in the parking lot around a car. It's his car. It's his car.
It's his car. It's Mr. Heinrich's car.
It's his car. Yeah, the sheriff's waiting outside. He'd like to speak to you.
It's not a Ford Flex, is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Shit.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Jake, I need your help.
Yeah.
There's a handful of police officers out in the front. I need you to take your shirt off and distract them with your muscles.
I don't want to help you anymore, Mr. Heinrich. I'm very uncomfortable with
Call me Kevlar, please! I'm getting busted for drugs in the parking lot. Call me Kevlar. Take your shirts off. Distract the cops for me. Be the cool kid I know you are to everybody.
Mr. Heinrich, I've been working out. I've been working really hard on my body this summer. I've been working so hard, and
It shows. It shows.
I really just wanted to be proud of my body. And over the course of this school year, all you've done is make me more ashamed.
What have I said that has made you more ashamed? Jake, I don't know how much more clear I could be. I would kill for your body.
I am not a spectacle. I am a normal boy. And yes, still a boy, even though I have the body of a man. Look at yourself. Look at yourself.
I can't. I haven't looked at myself in months. Ever since we started class and I saw you, I haven't been able to look in the mirror because I'm just a sad piece of skin shit. I got no definition.
Piece of skin shit, man.
I drink a whey protein shake every morning when I wake up.
Do you exercise?
No. I can't figure it out. I've been drinking so many fucking protein shakes, and I don't exercise because I want the whey to kick in, and I just don't look like you, Jake. I don't know.
All right, listen, Kev. Maybe just
Kevlar. Please, can someone call me Kevlar, please?
I'm doing a lot with Kev.
Whoops. Looks like you dropped your book, Brian. Watch out, guys. If he bites you, you'll get a disease.
Oh, guys, come on. What?
Go ahead, pick up your book, dude. We'll wait.
Okay. You're not gonna rip my pants off?
Rip your pants off?
I just feel you guys don't do wedgies right. You try to give me a wedgie and you end up ripping my pants off every time. I keep having to buy a new pair of pants.
Well, that's because you...
So if you're going to give me a wedgie, just pull the underwear out. Don't rip the pants off.
Hey, everybody, is showing me the right way to do a wedgie. Why don't you give yourself a wedgie?
DJ, did you rip his pants off?
I was trying to give him a wedgie. I wasn't trying to get his
DJ
pants off.
doesn't know how to rip off his pants right.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You can't go ripping people's pants off, DJ.
I'm sorry, DJ.
making me look stupid.
DJ can't even fully right.
Well,
I heard DJ's dad's in prison.
Don't talk about my dad.
Look, here's what we'll do. Put one of your hands on my underwear and don't rip towards you. Pull up.
Thank you so much for this.
DJ, what are you doing, man? That's not how you give a wedgie. You're on the wrong side.
Sorry, man. It's the back. You pull up the back of it.
Oh, sorry, dude.
You're doing great.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, go ahead. And I'll really play it up. We'll really give him a show.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Oh, God. DJ just shit his pants.
Full. DJ, I can't do any more for you, pal. I'm telling you how to. I'm giving you a freebie.
DJ just tried to give Brian a wedgie and ended up shitting his own pants.
Hey, DJ, I'm sorry. I can't let you bully me anymore, man.
Can't believe it. Nurse Robinson. Do you have extra pants?
Again, DJ. Again.
Yeah. Please, not khakis this time.
DJ, I'm going to JCPenney every week restocking up on pants, and it's only for you. It's only for you. We haven't run out of ice packs as quickly as we're running out of pants.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Excuse me, nurse. Sorry. Just got to put this in the lost and found. Someone found a pair of these Lululemon yoga pants in the locker room.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, boy. I'll try to put them on.
That's all we have. I'm sorry. Is it too tight?
It's tight. I think I can manage it.
We're going to have to cut the sides. we're going to have to cut the sides and stitch it back together.
So my son finally decides to come visit me, huh?
What's up, Pops?
The fuck is up with your pants?
Shit.
You can't come in here looking like that.
What am I supposed to do? It's all I got.
All my inmates hooting and hollering at you as you walk through. Maybe you look like an asshole.
Oh, ouchie, mama. Who's the... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Just saw him from behind.
Get out of here, Carl. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Get out of here, you pervert.
Sorry, Dad.
Fucking...
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing. I just got in a huge fight at school and like beat up 12 people, but one of them ripped my pants, I guess. So I'm doing sort of wearing these as a joke.
Yeah. Ripped your pants or shit your pants?
Shit my pants.
Yeah, I thought so.
I get it from you.
It's IBS. It's hereditary. Shouldn't be doing any kind of heavy lifting if you haven't released your bowels in 24 hours.
Only thing I can afford at lunch is fries.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, I'm sending money. Where's that money going?
Mom's giving it.
How much do fries
Mom's
cost?
giving it to Bernard.
Oh, fucking Bernard.
They go out to, he takes her to the club, they get bottle service. They spend all the money on bottle service, and I eat french fries at lunch.
Well, next time you see your mother, you tell her to call me. That money should be going towards your lunches. You should be at least getting a pizza pocket or something. Something
She's
dense.
not going to call you, Dad. She's not going to call you. She took all the pictures down. It's all pictures of Bernard holding up fish.
Jesus Christ, that fucking guy.
He caught a huge marlin.
Oh,
She's got it above the fireplace, Dad. You're a fucking goner. I told you got to get out of here.
Where's my swords? Where are my swords that were on the wall? She take all my swords down?
Bernard threw them in the trash.
What?
He put them in the trash. I saw Wednesday morning at 6 a.m., the garbage truck guys were doing a sword fight, like playing around, horsing around with the swords. Then they threw them in the compactor and smashed them up, crinkled them up.
Those are replicas from The Last Samurai.
Hey, DJ, you got a second to chat?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, my man?
It's fine.
Oh, where'd you get this $5 bill from, huh?
What?
I'm gonna take
Nowhere.
this. We're gonna call that rent, okay?
Come on, Bernard.
You're lucky I let you stay in this house! You're lucky I let you stay in this house! You hear me? Now I want to talk to you a little bit about your changing body.
God.
Don't God me. Notice you've been taking some pretty long showers.
Yeah, because... So what? What's that? That's no business of yours?
It is my business because I gotta pay the water bill. Now look, I don't care what you do. I don't give a shit about you. You don't got my blood. But I'll tell you something. When you start jacking up the water bill, you better pay your fair share, so you better find a fucking job. Make yourself useful.
All right. Fine, I'll get a job, then I can take all the showers I want, and then if I get money from my job...
the pants that I'm buying you?
I shit in them. I'm my father's son, and you'll never change that.
Yeah, your father. That's why he's behind bars. You're going to end up just like him.
If he gets out of jail, he told me he's going to kill you. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Don't tell anyone I said that.
Get yourself a fucking job. Make yourself useful. Hey, I got you this. It's a little t-shirt that says I'm a fucking moron. All right, class. We have a special guest joining us today. It's come to our attention that there's been a bit of a drug ring happening at school, and we have Sheriff Kellner from the police department coming in. He brought an inmate from the prison might be a little bit familiar with one of the students in here. And this is a bit of a scared straight program, okay? So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Sheriff Kellner. Sheriff?
Eyes front and center. How we doing, class? I said, how we doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good,
Okay.
Sheriff Kellner.
You guys are having a little bit of a problem at the school, I understand. Well, for you, it's probably a little bit of fun. But for me, it's a little bit of a problem. For your parents, it's a little bit of a problem. For the administration, it's a little bit of a problem. You catch my drift? I said you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
What'd you say, little corn teeth? Speak up.
We're not supposed to talk about his teeth.
He's self-conscious about it.
All right.
We're not supposed to talk about our bodies at all after the last lesson.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I want you guys to meet an associate of mine. Well, an associate in the negative way. You come on up here.
What does that mean?
It means I know him for the wrong reasons.
Is he
Not
a coworker?
friend of sorts. Whereas I'm on the right side of the law, you might say he's on the wrong side of the law, has been for a long time.
In your eyes,
Who said that?
I'm on the wrong
Oh.
side in your eyes of the law.
Hey,
What?
you're not gonna get any credit if you come to this voluntary.
You asked me to scare him straight? I'm going to put my real opinions out
You're
there.
not supposed to undermine me.
You guys didn't practice this ahead of time?
Now, this gentleman here is going to talk to you kids about some mistakes he's made, some things he's learned the hard way that he hopes you can learn, hopefully, the easy way. Oh, take it away.
Let me ask you kids something. You ever shit your pants 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Because that's what you have to look forward
DJ,
to.
say something. That sounds like you, man.
Some of you know my son DJ.
They're related?
DJ, that's your dad?
Shit.
We've got IIIBS. Irritable bowel syndrome. One in 10 million Americans have it. Yeah.
And it's genetic?
It's almost like being a Jedi. Not everybody has it. Not everybody has that
Are
power.
1 in 10 million Americans a Jedi?
But we have it. Well, one in 10 million Jedis, according to this book I read. I started in the middle of some Star Wars side story. That's all they had in the prison. So I started right in the middle of this weird Star Wars. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but anyway.
That sounds awesome. They have Star Wars books in prison?
They got a wild assortment, yeah.
Oh, sweet. They don't let them have Star Wars books at the library here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
They say it's unchristian.
No, we got it. You can read it whatever you
I've
want.
been trying to get Knights of Tatooine on the shelves for months.
I've read Knights of Tatooine. Great book.
Damn, jail sounds awesome.
No, let me assure you kids, jail is not awesome. Okay?
You got a lot of free time in jail. You got to do whatever you want. Lift weights, read books. You got some outdoor time.
You get
Everybody
3
gets their
meals
own
a day?
TV.
What happens when you shit your pants?
You can leave it wherever you want to.
Man, they don't even let DJ leave his shit pants wherever he wants.
Listen, you cannot leave shit wherever you want in prison. You get in trouble, okay?
Yeah, it's not that bad. They just put you outside for a little while.
What do you eat in prison?
You get they got pizza pockets.
Oh, DJ,
sick.
you always want the pizza pockets, but you gotta stick to fries because it's all you can eat.
Yeah, life's not too bad.
All right, that concludes our Scared Straight. Hope you kids have learned a little something, and I can't stress enough. It's not prison is. You might think it's cool. Hey, I get to sit on my butt. I don't have to get a job. I can do whatever I want. Let me tell you this. You know, You got a crush on somebody, little boy, little girl in class. You can't go to the movies. If you're in prison.
That's not true. We do movie Mondays and movie Fridays. So Monday or Friday, and it's always a different movie. We get the stuff before it hits the theaters too.
What?
Is that true?
Pre-release?
Yeah, we
You guys
watched
get
Tenet.
screeners in prison?
We watched Tenet like 5 months before it came out.
Oh man, what can I do to get in prison?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do to get in prison, and I assure you, you don't want to do any of them. Okay? No, a lot of you kids are experimenting with substances right now. Everyone put your heads
Jake's
down
been
on
doing steroids for months.
Well, shut the fuck up, dude.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true, young man?
It's true. Is that illegal?
Yes.
What?
Well, yes.
Sorry if I'm if teacher here. If I could just pop in real quick. I don't know if it's illegal or not, but the results are undeniable.
You're under arrest.
Oh, sweet! Kevlar's going to prison! Guys, thank you so much. That was so fun.
Ridiculous.
Trumane, Alston, Kyle, Bethea. Let's do some quick plugs here, boys.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, thanks for coming. Trumane, you just said you got nothing to plug, but I know you got a little Twitter, buddy.
Yeah, I got a little Twitter. It's at the only Trumane at twitter.com.
At the only Trumane.
Yeah.
So that's twitter.com/the only Trumane. Kyle, what about you, man?
I guess I'm sort of on the cutting edge of social media where I've got like all my video stuff on Vimeo.
Oh, hell yeah. What's your Vimeo page?
That's my name, Kyle Bethea.
Kyle Bethea. Got any staff pics?
No, man. No staff pics. I don't know anybody. I'm on the outside looking in, so,
Dude, that's the way it goes, man. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, I'm Dan White, at Dan White on Twitter. That's @ AT, Dan White on Twitter. Timmy?
I'm Tim, and it's at Tim Lyons, all one word.
Tim Lyons, all one word. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll have you back
Thank you.
soon.
Thanks, guys.